正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage, Chapter 122. 2 years later. In the late spring season, the grass was tall and the nightingales were up in flight as the drizzling rain drifted over. Even the flowers became a ball of red mass. The entire Zhaochun city was filled with the fragrance of the unique scent of spring, and even the windy sand had become smaller. The raindrop fell onto the eaves and created little puddles on the green stone flooring. When a clear little drop splashed, it seemed very pitiful and adorable. In the birdcages that were hanging on the beams, orioles were twittering, and when that crisp sound mixed with the sounds of the rain, it was more wonderful than the best music played by a musician. At the end of the corridor, a young female came running in full swing. That young female was wearing a peach-pink embroidered long robe. The color was bright and adorable, but both her hands lifted the skirt up as she hurried over, making it somewhat funny. Her complexion was the color of wheat and looked mischievous as she shouted out, "Be our youngest sister, be our youngest sister, older sister, slow down." The youth behind her shouted out, "The ground is slippery, take care not to fall." As the voice landed, the lively young female running in front slipped and almost fell down, but fortunately she had some martial arts foundation. She could stabilize her body quickly when she slipped. She then complained loudly to that youth, "Lu Qian, shut your inauspicious mouth." Lu Qian stuck his tongue out, and two lean figures appeared behind Lu Qian before one unsatisfied voice sounded, "Lu Tan, if you are not careful you will not get married like this." Older brother Sa. Lu Tan anxiously stomped her feet, "If one cannot marry then I will marry older brother Caillou." Lu Qian chuckled, "Older brother Caillou will not take fancy at a tigress like you." Lu Qian. Lu Tan strike a posture to beat him. "All right, stop quarreling." The gentle youth walking at the back smiled and said, "Are not you looking for our younger sister to chat? Go in then." After noisily entering the innermost courtyard, one saw Beilu and Xuanzhong arrange some flora and fauna outside, and when they saw them, they quickly said, "Young lady is in the room waiting for you." Lu Tan pushed open the curtain and called out, "Be our youngest sister." There was no incense lit in the room, but one did not know where did the servants found a few jasmine, as the entire room was filled with a light and sweet floral scent. In front of the window there sat a young female. She was wearing a deep black silk clothes with a purple-tipped skirt. It was an entire body of dark colors. It did not look old-fashioned at all, but instead made her skin fair and translucent like jade. The light rain was falling in front of the window, and when she heard the sounds, she slightly raised her head, revealing a pretty and delicate face. Black pupils, graceful brows, pearly teeth and pomegranate lips which were intoxicating like a new moon. It was strange to say that this young female's appearance was very delicate, as if it was the morning glow of the snow that makes one feel pity, but her warm and smooth hair had an extreme beauty feeling. It was as if she was one who could withstand a great magnanimity. With such a calm bearing, there seemed to be a very different hard look to it, making her look seemingly weak but also a strong person. She tilted her head and slightly smiled as her eyes moved. This made the other person's heart tremble, as if this casual smile of hers made this simple study into a jade palace, and she was a noble sitting at the highest position, looking down faintly at the crowd. The few people at the door all were slightly startled. Even if one were to see this frequently, one would still be inadvertently surprised by this young female's demeanor. The meaning of hovering around without any ability to lift a hand or move a leg, was roughly talking about this. After being startled for a moment, Lu Tan was the first to respond and ran inside. "Be our youngest sister, your robes are really good looking." After all, one is a female, and no matter how naughty she normally was, the interest in beautiful things would not change. Shen Miao lightly smiled, "If you like them then let the tailor make another one." Lu Tan's mouth twitched, "I cannot wear this color and can only envy with my eyes." She sized Shen Miao up and exclaimed, "No wonder all the gentlemen in the Zhaochun city will inquire about you with older brother Ling and the rest all day." "Be our youngest sister, you really look prettier as you grow." It was the 71st year of Ming Qi. 2 years had passed, and in these 2 years, Shen Miao grew up slowly. That slightly childlike face gradually grew out of that childishness, and her lovely adorable facial features became refined. It is just that the gentle temperament did not change, and even became more calmer, but the more it was so, the more her presence became magnanimous. When she walked on the streets, her bearing was enough to attract others to turn back, and it was of no wonder that Lu Ling's and Luce's good friends would privately inquire if Shen Miao have any marriage partners. Even though there were beauties in the Zhaochun city, but there was not such an outstanding and unique beauty like her. Of course, do not see whose Biao youngest sister is she. Lu Qian triumphantly stepped forward and placed his hand on the table in front of Shen Miao. Biao youngest sister, do you know that His Majesty sent someone over to deliver money again, bestowed a reward? As Shen Miao spoke, she was keeping the books on the table. Lu Qian squinted his eyes and saw the book's title before asking curiously, Qin Country Records. Biao youngest sister, why are you reading King Country stuff? Just casually looking. Shen Miao answered without any care. Luce's eyes flashed as Lu Ling stared at Shen Miao and said softly, the multiple trips of bestowments in a year and recently that it is just too frequently. What does Biao youngest sister think? He very naturally discussed it with Shen Miao, as if it was not something to blush when discussing with a young lady much younger than him. Of course these four of the younger generation would not laugh at her, as it was worth exploring to know how much ability Shen Miao had. But the four persons had the tacit understatement not to tell the Lu family's elders of Shen Miao's secret, as they believed with confidence that no matter what secret Shen Miao had, she would definitely not harm the Lu family. When matters are not a norm, it is definitely of ill intention. Shen Miao said, the Heavenly One will have lots of suspicions, and with the rapid rise of the Lu family's army, one would only suppress without showing any signs, but to suddenly reward frequently, then it means that there is something to request. She pondered seriously, His Majesty request for Lu family's army, or the deliberate raise of the Lu family's army's status high up. One would know what exactly it is when the Mingqi's tributes start. Everyone was surprised for a moment as Lu Tan touched her chin. Seems like it. During the Mingqi's tribute, there will be people from the Qin country and the Great Liang coming. The Qin country and the Mingqi are evenly matched in forces, but the Great Liang far exceeds the Mingqi, thus His Majesty will be afraid. Shen Miao said plainly, the Shen family's army is not around and the Zi family's army is greatly injured, so how can the Mingqi not have any generals? So His Majesty then lift the Lu family up to deter the Qin country and the Great Liang. Lu Tan replied nimbly. Shen Miao nodded her head. So it is as such. As Lu Qian spoke, he looked at Shen Miao admiringly. She was clearly the same age as him, but Lu Qian often had the feeling that Shen Miao seemed to be much older than him, and even more mature than Lu Ling. With regards to the analysis of the imperial court, Shen Miao would never avoid the taboo topics, and as compared to the elders who would twist and be tactful with their words, Shen Miao would be direct and to the point. Just like mentioning that the Heavenly One was suspicious, the elders would never speak of it. The younger generation of the Lu family liked to play with Shen Miao and truly accepted her. Naturally it was because there was something attractive within Shen Miao. Perhaps the Ding capital's people are more knowledgeable than those from the Zhaochun city, as Shen Miao would often know things that they did not know. This is not necessarily a good thing. Luce frowned. The higher one is held up, the more painful the fall is. Correct. Shen Miao said, but this is also an opportunity. What kind of opportunity does Biao younger sister think it is? Lu Ling asked with a gentle smile. The Lu family's army is finally seeing some improvement in these 2 years, and the emperor have the intention to hold it up. Although the bigger the merits gets, the more dangerous it is. But the Lu family's army already has enough strength that it cannot be bullied. The training of the Lu family's army in these 2 years were done by the Lu family as the master, and not the emperor. This is the Lu family's own military strength, not Mingqi's. The emperor will hold up the Lu family's people because of this point. Under the skies, There was nothing that was not the emperor's land, and the officials who lead, no one were not the emperor's subjects. But Shen Miao clearly divided the Lu family from the Ming Qi into two different paths. If Lu Sui were to hear this, one feared that he would be so angry that he would faint. Such treacherous words clearly meant a preparation for rebellion. But when the younger generation of the Lu family heard this, even though they were surprised, they did not feel any anger. Unlike the older generations, when the younger generations of the Lu family were born, the Lu family had already declined, and the imperial family did not provide money to them, and had forgotten about the Lu family's army in this small border town. Thus the younger generation was not without complaints. The more the resentments there were, the lesser the loyalty to the emperor there would be. After a moment of silence, there was a touch of enthusiasm in Lu's eyes. Biao youngest sister said it excellently. He was impulsive and was very different from Lu Ling, thus would rarely praise anyone. Thus to praise at this moment, it was obvious that he very much agreed with Shen Miao's words. Lu Ling had to be unflustered, but in spite of that, there was no objection. Lu Qian and Lu Tan had lively personalities, and were very convinced with Shen Miao for no reason and would not say anything bad. As for this round of bestowments that Emperor Wenhua had provided, the younger generations of the Lu family reached a consensus that it was a good thing, and one do not need to advise against. Speaking of which, Lu Tan leaned forward onto the table and looked at Shen Miao. Biao youngest sister is 16 this year, and yesterday one of my good friends came over to ask me if you have a family to be engaged to. If there is not, then one can take her older brother into consideration. Biao youngest sister, do you want to go take a look? The Zhaochun city people were open-minded, simple and honest. If one fancy any young lady, one would inquire about it through friends and family. Lu Qian said, what nonsense is this? Biao youngest sister is only 16. It is of no hurry. On the contrary, you are already 18, why are you not worried about yourself? What kind of worry should I have? Lu Tan flipped her hair, I am this pretty and smart, even if one is 80, there would be a number of people who will want to marry me. I am worried about Biao youngest sister here, since she is such a delicate and weak female that everyone will be concerned about. So it would be better to find a husband to protect her. Lu Qian, if you continue to be so rough, in the future no young lady will want to marry you. Who says that there will not be any young lady that will marry me? Lu Qian remained unconvinced. If it really is not possible, there is still Biao youngest sister. Biao youngest sister is kind-hearted, so if there is such a day, she will definitely marry me and help me to escape from the predicament, correct? He protruded his face up. Lu Tan pushed his face away with her palm. Do not even use your urine to see how you look like. If Biao youngest sister really want to marry, our residents' older brother Ling and older brother Sa have yet to marry, and are all better than you. If you do not believe, then go and ask older brother Ling and older brother Sa if they are willing to marry Biao youngest sister. These words were accidentally directed to Lu Ling and Lu Sa. Lu Ling was surprised for a moment and his face turned slightly red, while Lu Sa lightly coughed twice and turned his head away, and the atmosphere was somewhat awkward for a moment. Lu Tan was unaware of it and asked cheekily with a smile, Biao youngest sister, out with it. What kind of man do you like? Good looking, wealthy, good martial arts, or knows poetry? Shen Miao looked at Lu Tan, and even though the three male in the room were looking at different directions, their ears were perked up. Shen Miao said, can beat my eldest brother. With a crash sound, Lu Tan slipped on her foot and fell and shouted in grievance, no way, no way. Older brother Caillou's martial arts is so good, who can beat him? Coincidentally, at this end they were speaking about the person Shen Miao was interested in. At the other end, there was someone who brought up about Shen Miao's marriage. In the small room, Madame Ma, Madame Yu and Lu Zuyan were chatting. It was different from the Shen residence in the Ding capital, as the married women in the Lu family got along very well together. Madame Yu was gentle and warm. Madame Ma is bold and vigorous, and Lu Zuyan had the character of a general and was direct in her words. When the three of them were together, they got along extremely harmoniously in these 2 years. Madame Yu's hand was holding an invitation as she said to Lu Zuyan, "This is the invitation from Zhang Furen in the city, inviting us to go to the Zhang residence for a visit." Speaking till there, she hesitated before continuing, "And also to bring along Zhao Zhao." When Madame Ma heard this she laughed. "I say, normally that Zhang Furen relied that there was a Ziyuan, title of the first place candidate in the provincial imperial examinations, from her residence, and disdained us military people. How would that kind of people with eyes on top of their heads send us invitations? So the wine lover's heart is not in the cup, she is here for Zhao Zhao." Madame Ma nudged Lu Zuyan. "Youngest Gu, currently Zhao Zhao have more prestige than our father." As Shen Miao got older, she became even more beautiful, and there was a number of people in the Zhaochun city, who came to inquire about Shen Miao's marriage. Previously, everyone did not understand the character of the Ding capital's young ladies, and thinking of the rumors, they were afraid that she was a spoiled young lady. Who knew that during these 2 years, Shen Miao's showed she was calm and sweet-tempered. Comparing to those impetuous young ladies, she was more compatible to the tastes of those Furens. In particular, that kind of gentle and magnanimous bearing, it made others cannot help but think that if Shen Miao became the matriarch of the household, she would definitely be able to keep the entire household in control. Coupled with Shen Miao's good looks and the famous reputation of the Lu family in the Zhaochun city, the fact that Lu family's army was revived in these 2 years, made the Lu family very popular, and those matchmakers who came, almost trampled the front doors of the Lu residence. Speaking of this, Madame Ma was half jealous and half envious. "It is really good for 100 request for a female in a family, unlike my Tanner, such a grown young lady and still acting willfully." "Do not talk about marriage requests. There is not even a single matchmaking. If this goes on, could it be that she will be a spinster?" Madame only said it as a joke, but who knew that as she spoke, she became a bit worried. Lu Zuyan consoled, "Tanner has a lively temperament and that is really good. There will always be a suitable person, so what is Xiaozi anxious about?" As you had said, Zhao Zhao had just reached 16, and no matter how much one look, she was even more reserved than a 60-year-old married woman. "This temperament is not like mine or her father's. Really do not know who does she take after." "Youngest Gu, what is to worry about?" Madame Ma was between laughter and tears. "There is not many young ladies like Zhao Zhao. Look at her presence and bearing. No matter how she sits, everyone would say that she is noble. If it is to me, even the ladyships in the palace would not be like this." "So this is saying that Zhao Zhao's bearing is inborn, correct?" Madame Yu also praised, Demai, aka younger brother-in-law's wife, "and I had been staying in the Zhaochun city for so many years, and have seen that those elderlies in the aristocratic families definitely do not have bearings like Zhao Zhao's." Lu Zuyan shook her head and sighed. Even though she was obedient and sensible, but to be that solemn at such a young age, it made one feel worried. Lu Zuyan would rather Shen Miao be like Lu Tan and have a lively temperament, and watch the bustle, as this was what a young female would be like. Having said that, Madame Yu said resolutely, "Zhao Zhao is 16 this year. If one do not return to the Ding capital, sooner or later one would need to marry." "Does youngest Gu have anyone suitable in mind?" Previously, Zhao Zhao was young of age, but now she is 16 and it is the age to discuss about engagement. Now with every family in the Zhaochun city wanting to marry Zhao Zhao, does youngest Gu not have a favorite? Lu Zuyan was startled. She was used to being casual, and previously, when she got together with Shen Xin, it was her bold and active choice. She had never considered how would it be like for normal females to see the other side. Thus when she first heard about it from Madame Yu, she was somewhat stunned. After a moment Lu Zuyan then said, "We'll need to see Zhao Zhao's intention about this. Such a young lady like Zhao Zhao, youngest Gu is really willing to bear for her to marry others?" Madame Ma sighed. "So smart and good-tempered, and her temperament make others dote. If it is me, one would definitely not willing to marry her off and even raise her the entire life. It was different from the Ding capital's aristocratic families. The people in the Zhaochun city would not find that it was good for females to marry as early as possible, but on the contrary, they felt that it was more valuable for a female to stay in the residence. Madame Ma said, speaking of which, Ling and Se have also reached the age to marry. Why not let Zhao Zhao marry into our own family? Madame Ma sounded it out. She thought it out in a whim, but Madame Yu's eyes brightened when she heard this. For the first time that usually soft and gentle voice could not wait but spoke. Then that is all right. I see that Ling and Se both rather like Zhao Zhao, especially Se. You all know that Se does not have patience with young ladies at all. But in these 2 years he always run to Zhao Zhao's room. Their cousin relationship is very good and I know my son clearly. Se's heart definitely likes Zhao Zhao. Lu Zuyan opened her mouth, but before she could speak, she saw Madame Yu shook her head. But Se has an impulsive character and does not know how to dote others. If Zhao Zhao were to marry over, I fear that she may feel wronged as that boy has wood for a brain. It is still Ling that is better. Ling has a gentle and warm temperament and is a little older, and both cousins even went for a travel outing before. Speaking of which, these years there is a number of matchmakers that came to ask for Ling but he was not interested, so it was not good for me to say anything. Ling definitely also likes Zhao Zhao, else he would not go and look for Zhao Zhao to chat once he is off military duties. Madame Yu only cared about her words, making Madame Ma sitting by the side unhappy and was not willing to be outdone. Eldest Sao, how can such a thing count? From what you say, our family's Qion'er's age matches with Zhao Zhao. They have the same age and play well together, and even though Qion'er is somewhat mischievous, but he is very considerate and it is the best for Zhao Zhao to have such a camaraderie. And there is also my family's Tanner. Is not it just nice for Tanner and Qion'er to be a couple? Like this it will be cementing old ties by marriage. Finishing, Madame Ma looked at Lu Zuyan, youngest Gu. What do you think? Lu Zuyan. Both pairs of ardent eyes looked at her as Lu Zuyan bit the bullet and said, this still depends on the children's intention. She did not expect that Madame Ma and Madame Yu had such thoughts, but after Lu Zuyan carefully thought about it, she did not think it was bad. First of all, they were all family and the younger generation of the Lu family had moral quality and not a bad appearance. It was exactly the not too high official position, not too big a wealth, and the most important thing was to treat Shen Miao well, and put Shen Miao in his heart that she liked. She also went through the spring of youth, so not to mention Shen Kaiyu, among the sons of the Lu family, Lu Ling's gentleness, Lu's bravery and Lu Qion's liveliness, and the most important thing was being good-hearted. If Shen Miao is alright with any one of them, the future would only be sweet and not bitter. However, Lu Zuyan would still look towards Shen Miao's intention. She also did not know what Shen Miao exactly liked, as she initially thought that Shen Miao liked those like Fu Ziyu, but in these 2 years, Shen Miao have never mentioned Fu Ziyu, so she gradually calmed down. But since her daughter was one who have such a solemn character, it was worrisome for Lu Zuyan. Why not find an opportunity to ask Zhao Zhao's intention? Madame Ma hurriedly spoke, if Zhao Zhao is really interested in anyone in our family, no matter which one, it is already our Lu family's luck and fortune. It is good to quickly settle the marriage. Sons born will be clever and daughters born will definitely be pretty. Lu Zuyan was somewhat embarrassed by her words and rebuked, Sao, where is the logic on the youngest getting married first? Madame Ma waved her hands, I am afraid that Zhao Zhao would be taken away by the early bird. Just as the topic turned to a joyous one, suddenly a servant came to report, Furen. The palace had sent word and the general request Furens to quickly go to the front hall. Did not the people from the palace just left? Why come over to give rewards again? Madame Ma casually asked as she got up. It seems that it is to recall Shen Guyi. Guyi is usually the title given to the family son-in-law. In this case it is Shen Xin, back to the capital. that servant replied. Lu Zuyan's actions stiffened. The front hall of the Lu residence had become a ball of chaos. It was not that the actions of the people that were in chaos, but the hearts and minds that were in a whirl. Emperor Wenhua's imperial edict indicate for Shenzhen to return to the capital with his dependents, and resume his formidable great general title. This pointed out that the Shen family army's military tally would be returned to Shenzhen. Emperor Wenhua gave Shenzhen a slap in front of the entire world 2 years ago, and now made it so large-scale to give a mammoth sweet date to eat. But whether Shenzhen was willing to eat this sweet date was another matter in itself. Lu Sui sat on the highest seat. For the past 2 years, due to the worries on the restructuring of the Lu family's army, there were more white roots in his hair, but his prestige was not less than the previous year. Perhaps it was because of the return of his fighting spirits. He now seemed more like a mighty general. He said, "The tribute for Mingqi is going to start. The emperor wants you to return back to the capital, and want you to return before the start of the tribute. The tribute of 100 years. Every dynasty would have a tribute ceremony in 100 years, and the previous tribute that Mingqi had, the Qin country almost exploited a loophole. At that time the late emperor relied on the Zi and Shen families, and barely survived it. Now other than the Qing country, even the great Liang had come. If one were to say that the Qing country made the Mingqi feel dread, the Great Liang would be enough to have a firm hold on Mingqi. The Great Liang was located at the southern area. The country was powerful and rich, with strong troops and sturdy horses. Emperor Yongle was a wise sovereign of a generation, and it was different from the Mingqi's pandemonium imperial court, as the Great Liang court appoint people according to their merits, and there were even more loyal subjects. If the Great Liang was ambitious, it was a matter of sooner or later that the Mingqi would be swallowed, but not sure what reasons Emperor Yongle had that there was no attempts of it. Of course, there was another possibility, that Emperor Yongle want to exterminate both the Qing and the Mingqi countries together, and unify everything under the skies. Those long divided should be united, those long united should be divided. Such was the way of the universe. The 3 separate countries of Qing, Liang and Qi would eventually break. It was just that one did not know when that time would come, and Emperor Wenhua was not willing to see this day while he is still alive. But after Zi Jingxing of the Zi family died, Zi Ding had no interest to govern, and the remaining Shen family also had their military tally taken away, and chased out to the Zhaochun city. No one knew if Emperor Wenhua regretted it, but right now Emperor Wenhua hoped that Shenzhen could hold up the front. In particular, Shenzhen had helped Lu Sui to restructure the Lu family's army, and showed everyone Shenzhen's outstanding military capabilities. Emperor Wenhua was stating clearly one thing: Mingqi needed Shenzhen. When needed one would appear, and when not needed, one should quietly withdraw. Perhaps previously, Shenzhen would have such awareness, but after Shenzhen had been treated by the imperial family that heartlessly, he no longer was that selfless. A true gentleman would sacrifice his life for a confidant who understands him, but how was the Mingqi's imperial family to be considered as such a confidant? You ought to return back. Lu Sui said, Shenzhen, go and take all the things that you have lost back. Show it to them what kind of person the Lu family's son-in-law and Shen family's son is like. Shen Miao suddenly looked up. She had long expected that after 2 years, Emperor Wenhua would recall Shenzhen back to the capital, and also expected that the Ding capital's situation would have undergone tremendous changes, but did not expect that the usually old-fashioned old General Lu would actually say such treacherous words. She slightly widened her eyes, and this was seen by Lu Sui. But Lu Sui smiled and looked at her. Girl, you also think so, am I right? Everyone's eyes in the hall fell onto Shen Miao. Even Lu Yanying's and Lu Yantai's expressions slightly changed, but at the end they did not say anything. Shen Miao sighed in her heart. Her thoughts on this could not be concealed from Lu Sui, such a powerful old veteran general. Lu Sui had a pair of sharp and all-reading eyes, and perhaps from the very beginning and from the restructuring of the Lu family's army, He had faintly guessed what kind of intention she was playing at. She was thankful of Lu Sui's trust and support. The feeling of having family support was very good. Shen Miao looked at Lu Sui and the corners of her lips hooked up. Yes, Wei Gong. From the way Shen Miao call Lu Sui, it has become more closer in terms of relationship. Wei Zhou, greater than very formal. Wei Gong, greater than very close, aka this is what one would use to whine to grandfather. Lu Sui laughed out loud. He then looked at Shen Miao and there was a smile floating in his eyes, as the corners of his lips hooked up. Lu Tan and Lu Qian looked at one another and were somewhat puzzled with this. Lu Zuyan's and Shen Kaiyu's eyes had a complex expression. They had left the capital for 2 years, and now had to go back. Go and take all the things, troops and reputation, that one had lost. One had to let them see what the true Shen family was all about. A tiger would not become a dog when it drift and fall off a cliff. A dragon that was submerged in water would finally soar into the 9th heavens one day. Shenzhen cupped his hands towards Lu Sui and said, solemnly obey General's teachings.